Now, Cam, obviously, it's really interesting to have you on today because you have a lot of experience at GameStop.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Before we get into all the nonsense and everything associated with the Switch 2 pre-orders, I would love to hear your thoughts about kind of everything that's gone on and your experience working, maybe a pre-order, getting people in line or midnight releases. Do you have any crazy stories?
Oh, yeah. Dude, when the PlayStation 4 came out, this is a great example because, we had the Switch 2 just came out. So it's kind of like another release like that. The PlayStation 4 came out, and they were like discreetly shipped behind the GameStop, and we let them in the back door, and then we had to wrap them in black saran wrap so no one could see them, including the employees. Now, granted, the customers aren't going in the back room,
right?
But we had to black saran wrap them because we didn't even want the employees to see them. That's how weird it was. Only I was allowed to see it for some reason. And then we had people coming and getting on the waiting list for it. And I would tell people that, because every single day somebody's like 100 people are coming in saying, hey, I want to pre-order the PlayStation 4 or something to that matter. And I'd be like, yeah, we're not taking pre-orders yet, but we have a waiting list right here. And there was like 4 names on it, Craig. 4? Yeah. And like in the first like 3 days, it's like 4 names. So I'll put some names on this shit. Well, people will be like, no, I don't want to be on the waiting list, but I'll just wait. And I'm like, okay. So I had this one guy that came in, and I shit you not, it was like 4th or 5th. He would have been 4th or 5th on the waiting list. So he's like, yeah, I'm not going to put myself on the waiting list. I'll just, come back later. And I'm like, okay, you sure? And he's, oh, yeah. So he keeps coming back every once in a while asking to pre-order. And I'm like, yeah, we don't have any pre-orders for it. So fast forward to the release. It comes out, right? It finally comes out. That same dude is in there. Now the waiting list is 500 people damn long, and we get rid of them. Like we didn't even have. We got I think we got 3 extra for the waiting list on release day, with the exception of the ones we already have pre-order. We already have pre-order. So this dude is livid and screaming at my face, and I'm like, you should have got on the waiting list, you son of a bitch. And he goes outside. And said he's gonna kill me when I get off my shift and shoot me with a shotgun. So he goes outside and sits in his car until close, like the closing shift. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to call the police. Because, I've seen stuff like this before, but I'm going to call the police. So I call the police, and they show up and arrest this dude.
Wow.
Because he was like belligerent. He was like he was like a little tiny, he's like 5'4". He was like that little guy that I always see online.
What's wrong with 5'4"?
It's terrible, Blab. It's terrible.
Hey.
It's shameful to be that short as a man.
Oh, okay.
And he literally had a shotgun in his car. Now I don't know if he's gonna blow me in half. And to be honest, I probably would have preferred it at this point, looking back. But still, what the hell? Why are people like this? And that is, I guarantee you, there's death threats flying everywhere because of Switch 2 right now.
It's funny you brought that up because I always go back to this story where back at Screw Attack, one of the first videos that kind of popped off on the internet was a very similar thing where we were standing in line for a midnight release of Smash Brothers. And we were doing some man on the street stuff like Eric's going to be doing for us here soon. Hopefully the same result doesn't happen to Eric. But this guy came up. He's like, I don't want to be filmed. He got all pissed off. And anyway, he ended up getting arrested because he called the cops. The cops came out and arrested him. What is it about video games that drive people fucking insane?
Well, it's great. It's these people that usually lurk on Reddit saying the most outrageous, heinous shit. And then they go out in public for the first time in forever. They're going out in public, and then they act a fool and get arrested, and they don't understand. Dude, I see this shit every day. There are people right now. I could post a status about Oblivion, like a cool Oblivion video of me like shooting a damn scamp in the face, and somebody's gonna comment below it, and I don't know why. And I'm totally cool with it, to be honest. But comment below it, be like, I hope you wreck and die at Texas Motor Speedway next week. And I'm like, that's weird. And I'll come back to it 10 minutes later to show somebody. I'm like, look at this crazy shit. And they'll be like, oh, user was banned for this post. And I'm like, why? Why are you so passionate about shit that don't matter? It's so weird to me. It's like, have you ever, Craig, do you want to do that? Like, do you ever get on Twitter, Craig, and you're scrolling, and you just see a random motherfucker, and you're like, I hope you fucking die. Like, what?
is there a day? Does the day end with Y? Because yes, apparently.
Crazy. Like, yeah, I just want to.